What's up, YouTube? Georgia Silver Hunter back with some coin roll hunting fun. Today I was able to pick up 3 boxes from Fifth Third. So this week it'll be a little bit of a bank battle. So I normally order 2 boxes and they usually only get 1. Last week I ordered 2 and they got 3. So, you know, hey, I'm all for it. But I have 3 boxes. I don't know if I'm doing 1, 2, or 3 boxes in this video. I guess it'll just be, we'll see how they go. If I find a ton of silver in the first box, we may only do 1. And we'll save box 2 and 3 for another video. But I say it's a box battle because I have 4 boxes on order from Wells Fargo, and I think they got there today. And I will pick them up later this week after I go through these 3, and we'll see who has the better boxes. So with that said, we're going to go ahead and start with box 1. Let me get rid of these other 2, get situated. We'll get this box over, and we will see if we have any enders. Oh, and I have my little helper here with me today, so if you want to wave, you can wave under there if you want.
Hello.
You put your hand under there so they can see you. Okay, give us a second to get situated. We'll get started. All right, let's get into box 1. What do you think? Lots of silver?
Yeah.
Lots of silver? Let's hope so. Silver's been better to us these last few months. You know, I spent the first part of Q1 and Q2 getting NIFCs and a bunch of nothing. And since like August or September, we've actually found some silver. So now I just said that, and we're not going to find any. That's probably an NIFC.
Found a 2010.
That's already an NIFC. So I think we're going to have an NIFC box at a minimum. Well, let's get these rolled over. There's another 2010, so there's another NIFC. There's, I think, another one. There's a 2015. So we're going to have a ton of NIFCs. And that may be a proof. That may be a proof. So let me get these rolled over. And something else I'm going to start doing. I saw this on another person's video, and I did it in my last one. We're going to weigh these before we open them to see if we have any evidence to show that we can predetermine if there's going to be silver in a roll or a box before we even open it. So we'll put a little bit of that on camera as well. But let me get these rolled over. We'll check for some more enders and be right back. So we got these things rolled over, and what I can tell you is I don't see any silver, but this is going to be an NIFC box. We probably had 6 or 7 on the front side. I see no less than 1, 2, 3, 4. That one's really bad. Look at the ring of death on this guy. That focus. Look at that. That's terrible. This is going to be a huge NIFC box. Hopefully we find some silver in there. So let's get the first 10 rolls out. We're going to weigh them, and we'll dig into these things. All right, so we got the first 10 rolls out of the box. We're going to have 2 people unrolling these. I'm not going to tell you what they weighed, but we did have one that weighed quite a bit more, or a little bit more than the others, and it was this guy right here that I marked in black. Now, it wasn't so much that I think it's definitely silver, but it's the heaviest roll in the bunch. So that's the game we're going to play for this box. We're just going to mark the heaviest in each roll of 10. That's yours. And see if you can undo them here, okay? Just on the black, all right? So you can get roll 1, I'll get roll 2, and we'll get started. So, folks, we are going to have a ton of NIFCs. So I probably will not bring you in for every NIFC because this video will be an hour and a half long. But we will call out the first ones. What you got?
Nothing.
Oh, just put them on the side for right now, sweetie.
Okay.
And I will dump them in the bin when we are done with each roll. So I am, as usual, going to look for some typical errors or variants, the 72, 82, 83, no FGs, and I will look for the 74D DDOs. Thank you, that's a 74D. We'll check that under the scope as we get further in. Getting into roll number 3. I hope we find some silver. I think my little test live stream on my last video, we did find, I think, 2 or 3 silvers. That was a lot of fun. So, my daughter's getting into roll number 4. Do your best to do it up here, sweetie. Thank you. I know it's hard. You got to reach a little bit. Uh-oh. What is that? Oh, no. Never mind.
1981 straight.
It's just a really nice 1981. Yep. In the bin it goes. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. I don't know if this is going to show up well on the camera, but you guys can probably see the bling in there. That's probably all NIFCs with the sharp looking rims. So there's a 2013 P. We'll put that aside. I think we're going to have a couple of those. There's another 74D. There's a 2009D, not in great shape. It's 2 NIFCs. There's a 2003D.
2000. What is this one?
That's roll number 5, I think, or roll number 6. And we have a 2016D that's actually in really, really good shape. Let me see how that's looking on there. Yeah, you can kind of see that. So that roll had 4 NIFCs. Not worth much, but they're still fun to find. Up here. I see some more shiny edges. No silver.
2009.
My daughter found a 2009D.
2016.
A 2016D. Well, I thought for sure there would have been an NIFC in my pile based on the edges. They were just a really nice 99. Yep, just a nice 99. Just up here. So people can see. All right, this is roll 8. Roll 8. And no silver there. Well, I'll let you get the one that looks like it's heaviest. I know you're dying to open it. Now, in my last video, I started weighing them sort of as I went as well, and it was kind of interesting in that you would expect if they were silver, they would be the heaviest roll in the batch, and I found in a grouping of 5 that my lightest rolls actually had a 40% silver in it. What you got, sweetie?
2015.
Oh, 2015P. Put them up here, sweetie.
2016.
Yeah, there's a 2016, what is that? D.
2013.
2013D.
2010.
A 2010D. Well, if we were on Silver Seekers channel, I think we just got a silver coin. I think it's 16 NIFCs. We're almost there. While she's doing that, for reference, and I'm not going to tell you guys before we get started, but this was the heaviest roll, and it weighed in at 226.4 grams, which was the heaviest in the bunch. I don't know if that's meaningful or not. We'll see. Okay. Go ahead, get that next roll.
I don't need the...
You don't need it?
No.
You use your fingers?
It's easier to open it with my fingers now.
Okay, just make sure you open it here so we're still on the camera. Since it's the heavy one, it's the one we were waiting for. Okay, hang on. Oh, I think we got a proof. Go ahead, well, hang on real quick. Let's take a look. If you guys can see that extra thick edge, see if you can pull that out.
It's hard to pull out. Nope.
No way! Look at that edge. That is unreal. That's just a really nice 1999p. I thought for sure that was going to be a proof. And I guess it could have been pulled from a mint set. But it is not a
2010.
Proof. 2010D. I'm going to help. I'm going to help so we can keep this moving. All right,
No
so no silver. Even though it was the heaviest, we had no silver. Okay, we're going to do the next 10 rolls exactly the same, except with those, we'll only bring you in if we find something other than more NIFCs. And in those first 10 rolls, we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We got 11 NIFCs. So I think that's just the start of about 40 more. So we'll see. See you soon.
What am I supposed to try?
So this is roll 11, and I just wanted to bring you in real quick just so you guys could see these edges, or I'm not going to go through the whole batch, but that's got to be 4 or 5 NIFCs. I'll just do this one with you guys. So there's a Ring of Death 2010P, 2010P. My daughter found a 2012D. Let's see here. There's a 2009D, 2009D. It's a really nice looking 87D. Wait a minute. 87. Is it 86? That's... I'm going to put that aside for a second. 2012P. Trying to remember. 86 or 87 was a special year. I'm going to pull out my book in a second. There's a 2013D. As you can see, my daughter's just dropping them over here as fast as she can. There's another 74D we'll look at under the scope. There's a 2002D. 2017P. And just get through that one roll, and then I'll turn to... I see more. Get at least one more in there. So in my daughter's roll, we had a 2010D, a 2010D, a 2007D, 2015P, 2003D, 2010D, and a 2006P. Look at all of these NIFCs. Most of them are gonna go back, but it's still fun to find. All right, we're gonna keep going, and like I said, that'll be the last time I bring you in for NIFCs, but that was ridiculous. Yeah, it is. So I did a quick look at the Red Book. This is a 1987P. According to Red Book of the 2020 Red Book, the 87P, there were only 2.89 million made, and it was not issued for circulation and was only included in mint and souvenir sets. So that's actually a pretty cool find. I knew one of them was special. I couldn't remember if it was 86 or 87. But that's pretty cool. I think this is only the second or third one of these I've ever found coin roll hunting. So there you go. So we are down to our last 10 rolls. We didn't bring you in because, as promised, this was an NIFC box.
Too many
Too many NIF. I just dropped one on the floor.
I got it.
Every single one of those is an NIFC. There's probably $30 or $40 worth right here. We are not going to recap all of those, but it's a bunch.
You should
Oh,
turn
sorry.
that into monies.
I missed that whole batch too.
You should turn that into monies and put it in my bank account,
So
please.
we're going to slide those out of the way. So what do we have in the last 10 rolls? We have, and if you guys are curious, we weighed every roll, and most of them were like this: 225, 0.5, 0.2, 0.7, and our heaviest rolls were like these. So we have this guy in our last 10 who's 226.1, and this guy who is 226.9. So if there's any hope of silver, it's probably in this roll. We'll save those to the end. We're going to go off camera right now, open these last 8, because I believe we're going to have a lot of NIFCs. I can see one there. I think maybe, no, not that one. And then we'll bring you guys back in to get these last 2. And we'll do some kind of wrap up. I got $40 in NIFC, so I don't know what else to say. So see you soon. Okay, so here we are at the end of the box. We have our 2 heaviest rolls. We have our 226.1 grams and our 226.9 grams. I did take a second to count it up. I had 35, 36, 50, 36.50 worth of NIFCs in the first 40 rolls. And the last 8 rolls outside of these 2, we had another $5, $6, $7, $8 worth. So we are well over $40 worth of NIFCs in this box, which is a new personal record. That's pretty crazy. I think, normally a big box has 10 or 15 or 20 individual coins, not $10 or $20 worth. So without further ado, let's get into these last 2. You're going to open the heavy one over here so they can see. I'll open this one. We'll go through them together. And I do have some 1974Ds to look through under the scope. I will tack that onto the end of the video if I happen to have a DDO in there. I am not hopeful, but we'll check it anyway. So I see a couple maybes. No silver. Over here. You got the heavy one, dude. Everybody wants to see. Oh, I don't see any silver in there. Sorry, kiddo.
It's okay.
Quickly go through this. So we got skunked on this box. We're okay with that. There's a 2007P. It's a 2003P. There's a really nice 74D. I'd love to find me a 74D DDO. What you got? It was heavier for a reason. I didn't see it when you opened it. There was a silver in there. I wish you'd had it over here so we could have seen it. There was a 1964 Philadelphia 90% silver in the box. That is awesome. So how much was that one, Jenna? Ooh, how much was that one?
9.
226.9. So there's, if you guys are weighing your rolls, there was a magic number for us. I'm super excited about this. 90% silver in the box on top of all of these NIFCs. Well, we said if it was going to be in there, it was going to be in that heavy one, right?
Yep.
And that was the heaviest roll we had in the box. Most of them were between, like I think I said earlier, like 255.1 and just under 256 grams. So, when I looked in that, we might have to rewind the video on that. If you can rewind digital video. Showing my age here. I can't believe I didn't see that in there. That is just awesome.
It just looks more silver than the other one.
Yeah. So I would say this was a successful box. Let's finish putting our stacks together. So of course the big winner is the 64 Philadelphia 90% silver. I will take those all day long. We had another $10 worth of NIFCs in the last 10 rolls. And here's another $1, $2, $3, $4, $5.50. So $45.50 in NIFCs. And like I said, I will go through these 74s under the scope and I will tack it on right here if it happens to be a DDO in there. So anyway, we're going to stop there. This was a pretty great box. I think we'll save box 2 and 3 for another video. And I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Changing the format up a little bit, especially when I get my little helper. It's so much more fun to have her doing this with me. So if you're new to the channel, please do drop me a like, click that like button, smash that subscribe button, smash the bell so you're alerted every time I come out with a new video. And leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.